Let's dive right in. So we're going to talk about the charts. We're going to talk about the beginning from end to the end on the charts. What is a candlestick? What is a pip? What is a lot size? Things like that. So that's going to be the basic language to make money in the Forex market. Part of it, because you have to know about that stuff so you can know about risk management and things like that. So I'm going to share my screen in a few. Just give me a moment. All right. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. So this is a graph. The bars in these are called candlesticks. So that's a red candlestick, and a green candlestick, right? They're called Japanese candlesticks. So those are the move. That's how price moves. So when price moves, it forms a Japanese candlestick. And at the top of the Japanese candlestick, there's a wick. It's a line. Do you see the line?
Yeah, I see the lines.
Okay, so those are wicks. So wicks is where price has moved and rejected from. So basically, what controls Forex? The market controls Forex as far as banks, hedge funds, and other large financial institutions move the Forex market. So the Forex market is a movement of price changes. So we're looking at a currency pair currently. It's called your odd. So it's Europe versus odd, which is Europe versus Australian dollar. So you're gonna have different currency pairs. So let me see if I can find a list of different currency pairs.
Okay.
All right, so this would be where all the different currency pairs would be. So you got Europe. A lot of people's is Euro USD. People like to trade Europe USD. So you got Europe versus the dollar. Do you see that in the middle?
Yeah.
So Europe versus the dollar. So which means the first part of Euro is the Europe is going to be your strongest, your major pair, I like to call it. So basically, that's going to be your strongest pair. So whatever Euro does that day, wherever the single country of Europe does that day, whether it goes up or down, if it's weak, if that is weak, if the Euro is really weak, then it's going to go down. So it kind of works vice versa when you got the versus the dollar. So because you can do versus the dollar, you can do versus Canadian, you can do versus anything. There's a lot of currency pairs, but I just want you to focus on maybe find a favorite currency pair. So the way you find a favorite currency pair would be to just see how it moves during the day. Like just watch the graph during the day and see how it moves. You know, on around certain times of around certain times, those currency pairs move differently. So a lot of people trade USD CAD. So USD CAD looks like this. I trade USD CAD. That's what I make a lot of money on is USD CAD. But you can make a lot of money on any pair. That's what I want you to focus. So probably just focus on just one pair. Or a lot of traders just use 4 pairs. You know, and they're just trade those 4 pairs and they won't trade any other pairs but those 4 pairs. So what they do is they'll do their study on those pairs, like how those pairs move. Like when the news hits and banks are doing big policy changes, you're gonna see long candlesticks with long wicks. Like this right here is probably like a news push. And here's how you look at the news on Forex. So people think that I gotta watch the news. No, you don't have to watch the news. All you gotta do is go to forex.com, forexfactory.com. So forexfactory.com is when like the large news comes out. So like right now, we got odd news coming out. So we're gonna see you're gonna see a demonstration on what odd does at 10:30 on the dot. So this is like perfect timing for this call. Because I trade around the news. So that's how my strategy is. And I'm gonna send you my strategy on through YouTube, and just subscribe to the channel, and you'll have my strategy once you learn the terminology of, and get used to the terminology of what I'm about to teach you. But so the news is coming out.
Okay.
So I'm going to flip back to the chart, and let's talk about the Japanese candlesticks. So the Japanese candlesticks is when price moves. So either terminology for bearish, it means that the trend is going down. So you're going to be trading on trends. So if the trend is going down, that means it's a bearish pattern. And how I like to recognize the bearish pattern and remember it is because bears, what do they like to do during the winter? They like to hibernate. So that means they like to go down and sleep. So that's how I remember the bears and the bulls. So the bulls is when when price is going up. So this would be like a bullish pattern. You see that bullish pattern in the green? So
Yeah.
that means it's a bullish pattern. So it's going up. So it means it's starting an upward trend, which is called the bulls. And how we all know what the bulls like to do. So, but how I like to remember the bears bears like to hibernate. So that means it's going down. So when people talk like that, that means they're talking about trends. All right, so these are called Japanese candlesticks. We're going to go through what a lot size is. Yeah, we'll go through what a lot size is. All right, so a lot size is your just write this down. So your lot size will be the little number when you place a trade. It's going to have a number, like a number that you're going to pick. It's either going to be from 0, 1 to whatever lot size you want. But that usually goes on leverage and how much money you have in your account. So you more likely won't be able to do a $10 lot size on a $100 account because you won't have enough in your account to leverage. So what you do in Forex is you load your account in a broker, and that broker actually you can trade with. You'll trade these currency pairs connected to your broker. So that currency pair, whatever currency pair you choose, is going to come with a lot size, and we're going to go over orders as well. But I don't want to jump too far ahead right now because orders can get confusing, lot sizes can get confusing. You're not really going to see what I'm talking about until you hop in your demo. So go to your MetaTrader 4, download, go to the MetaTrader 4 app that I told you to download and see what, are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on my phone.
On your phone, okay, never mind then. But once we do actually get off the phone, then what you can do is set up your demo account. So when you set up your demo account, this is like fake money. Like you can play around with lot size and stuff like that. But
I see.
what was that?
No, I see. The MetaTrader 4 is like a practice type thing.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is a practice because part of it is demo. I still trade in my demo today. A lot of traders still trade in their demo because the market is you're able to see what's going to happen in the market, but the market has a mind of its own just because of just like news reports and stuff like that. So you're not really going to predict all of it, but it all is natural geometry. Were you good at geometry?
No, not really.
No.
Not the best
Well,
person.
it's just
Yeah,
shapes,
man.
shapes and letters. That's all you're gonna do when you see it in the market. So, what I mean by shapes and letters, you're gonna look at what price does. Price does the same thing all the time. Always remember that.
Okay.
But it's either gonna go in a bearish pattern or a bullish pattern. So any normal eye right now would just see, green candlesticks and red candlesticks, but to a trader's eye, you see patterns. So I'm going to outline a W formation that forms in the market, and it's touching. And this is a trend line. You always want to find your trend because you don't want to trade against the trend. All right, so let's see. Oh, let's see what Odd did on the news. Da-da-da-da. Oh, it went up. Yeah, it shot up on the news. Let's take a look at All right. So you see that candlestick right there?
Yeah.
That's a news candlestick moving right now. You see how fast it's moving?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it usually moves faster than that around the news, but I guess it's a little slow. Yeah. So continue. All right. So that's basically what Odd News did at 7:30.
Okay.
So this pair that we're looking at is Euro Odd. So it's Europe versus the Australian dollar, and the Australian dollar probably was negative. That's why it's going up on this pair, because if it's negative on the back end, it goes up. On the front end, if Odd was on the front, it will go down. Yeah. So, do you have any questions so far?
No, I'm learning as I go. I get it. I'm getting it. It's just gonna be a bit. So
Yeah. Once you
I'm
learn,
learning.
be good. You'll be good to go. But
No, I'm just gonna be. No, for me, the exciting part is my first like I don't know like $50 or $100 towards it and start getting a feel for it and start trading actually doing the real thing.
right, exactly. And it's really, really exciting, man. I do understand that. But so you see, I just switched it to this, but I'm gonna show you some more patterns. I'm gonna show you an M pattern because it's in a downtrend, and that's just how tricky it could be because Euro Odd is going up right now, but it was just in a downtrend. So that's why it's good to just ride that. My strategy shows you how to catch that candle. Like as a beginner trader, all you gotta know is basically the news and how to read the numbers on the side. The numbers on the side is what price is at as far as this currency pair. And
Okay.
the broker that I told you to download, make an account with, you can actually trade stocks and everything. You can trade Amazon stock and everything through Forex. So which means you could ride the trend. Maybe Amazon's going down. As you can see, Amazon is going down. All the stocks went down today.
Mm-hmm.
Every stock went down today, actually. But you'll be able to see reversals in the market and things like that as well. So just scroll up and down inside that the group, Young Rich and Wealthy group, because I do have some things posted. Just different formations, different designs you see in the market, like flags. Like I'm gonna show you a flag.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna show you an M formation first. Here goes an M formation really quick. I'll make it bigger in a minute.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that the Dow Jones went down 700 points today.
And you could have been in a trade and caught it all the way down. That's the crazy part. That's what you're gonna be able to do. Make money when the market plummets.
Yeah. Oh, and especially what's really cool about this that I learned about this is when election year comes around, man, I can only imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, election. Yeah, definitely, man. So Trump knows what he's doing when it comes to the news. Like when he tweets things like different things, like that makes the market jump on a USD pair, like a USD CAD or a AUD USD. Anything with the USD pair is going to move. Whether it's a major pair or a minor pair, the news makes it
Mm-hmm.
move. So. And he knows that. So that's really what, moves the market is the news, different bank events. Just like I said, I do it with the Forex Factory. You're gonna see that on my strategy. I just basically just look at the news, and the next news that comes out will be 3:30 a.m. Sometimes I'll wake up at 3:30. I set my alarm, and I do my strategy. I set up my strategy and get my pip. So what's a pip? A pip is price movement as well. It basically, pip is the money that is moving up. So say you do my strategy and you get in a buy down here, like a buy down here, so it's about to go up. You get in a buy, this is a sell. So you see the W formation, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, and then it took off. So that would be a pip. A pip is the movement of price on this side with the numbers. So always check on when you look at a currency pair, look at the numbers, look at look at how it moves, basically, and then you'll definitely find your favorite pair around that time. Either you want to deal with one pair or because you can trade gold. Like a lot of people trade gold. I'm about to get back on trading gold. I have not been trading gold. I just have stock in gold. I don't have. But I don't trade it on Forex anymore. But I'm about to start back. That was actually my first pair I traded. I made money on. I was like, wow. Then the second one was Bitcoin. So
You think Bitcoin's gonna go back up?
it is. It is because the way the market goes, a lot of the way the market goes. Here's how the market goes. You have a whole bunch of bankers and investors and people with money, buying all these shares, making the economy move, basically. So what they do is they make the dollar go up and fluctuate up and down. So that makes the market move, because if the dollar fluctuates up and down, USD CAD that we're on right now, the reason it's going up because the dollar is probably strong and CAD is probably weak right now. So it's not really affecting it. But new news, the news and big news events and big buyers. So you got the buyers and the sellers. So what they'll do is they'll just buy, and then when they see the market going up, because everybody's seeing that momentum go up, like you're seeing that momentum go up, and so you're getting a buys, and then all of a sudden you see this. All of a sudden you see this happen. You see this big wick, this big candlestick going down. That's probably the news hitting. So once the news hits, boom, it probably goes up, then down, it tricks you, and then it starts going up, and then boom, it drops again. You see that? Just because that is a lot of the big hitters, the big buyers and sellers getting out of the buys. And so as you get out of the buys, the currency goes down, and that's what makes it fluctuate. Or the buyers and sellers. All right. So CAD is moving nicely. USD is moving nicely. AUD news was lovely. But yeah, you're really gonna learn how to trade around the news. I mean, I mark up the charts as well and get into entries using the Fibonacci, things like that. But that's more advanced and complex, because just like I said, all Forex is math. If you know how to do math, adding and subtracting, and looking at geometric shapes, you're gonna do good in this. You just gotta know when the warning signs, like the wicks and stuff like that. And just like I said, you'll learn all that in time. Learning that when you see a wick, that's a big rejection side. That's a big rejection area. So which means price is gonna keep on rejecting that area. Then it's just gonna drop. Let me see if I can. All right, so the main thing you need to look at when you're looking at a graph is ask yourself is, what is the trend? Like what is the trend right now? So when you look at graphs, you got a different time frames. This is the 1 hour time frame, I think. No, the 4 hour time frame. So every 4 hours you're gonna see a candlestick form. So CAD was going up for 4 times 4, that's 16. So about 16 hours, CAD has been going up.
Okay.
Yeah, so every candlestick, so that's 4 candlesticks, which is everyone is 4 hours. So it's been going up for a long time. That's just been the trend for the day. If you look at it on the 15-minute, you're gonna see different patterns. You're gonna see the uptrend. You're gonna see more of the uptrend on the 15-minute. See, it's a lower time frame. So every candle is 15 minutes. So first thing you want to find is the floor and the ceiling, meaning where is price rejecting the most. There's always a floor can always become a ceiling, and a ceiling can always become a floor.
As we watch the stock sell-off, Scott Gammons in our newsroom. The Dow was down 625 points at session lows, and Scott should point out that Sheila Bear.
We're panicking.
He's panicking.
But in Forex, we don't care about that. We're gonna make money regardless. But I got a couple stocks, you know. And all the stock market is gonna go back up, but they're just doing that on purpose. So what happens with Bitcoin and Ripple and all that good stuff is it's gonna go back up, and it's probably gonna hit about $1 million to about $1 million next year. You know, but what they're doing is just scaring all the little wigs. They're scaring all the small time buyers. You know, they're all the small time investors, I should say. They're just investing because it's the trend. You know, so what they'll do is they'll pull out all their shares, make it, and then everybody else start pulling out all their shares. But then it's gonna be a big buy, and it's gonna be like a buying season. You know what I mean, for Bitcoin. You know, because they're using Bitcoin everywhere, so Bitcoin's not going anywhere.
Right, and neither is the blockchain either. I know that.
No, blockchain is locked and loaded. Like blockchain ain't going nowhere as well. Exactly.
Yeah.
So true.
So let me ask you. A quick question. So, if I had $100 in Bitcoin floating around there, just leaving it alone till, like, say, the market starts like picking back up and Bitcoin.
You're basically saying, asking if you should keep it in there?
Sorry. So if hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry. That was an incoming call. No, it's if I had $100 in Bitcoin, right, and say like I just left it alone in there, but then all of a sudden the market started going crazy, and then like all of a sudden it went over 10,000, right? Then pretty much, and then it went past 50,000. So that will be a gains because it's under 10,000 right now, or 5,000. I'm under 7,000, right?
Yeah. Whatever you buy that right now, and if it just happens to take off and go, that's just how Forex works. You know, after you see an uptrend and you getting in a buy, and you're just in that momentum. Like it's just a lot of momentum. So it's going to be a time where it's going to be a lot of momentum, and then all the buyers are going to push it past 10, past 20, past 30. Like I'm telling you, like Bitcoin is going to be big next year. You know.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure to put more money in. Then that's what I was asking you.
Yeah, definitely put more money in it, man. We sitting on ours, man. So, but that's exactly how trade works. You want to get in at the lowest prices possible and buy. You want to get at the highest price at highest price as possible and sell.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
All right. So I went over the lot size. I went over what a candlestick is, what price movement is, bears and bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how comfortable are you with this information that I've given you? Like, are you comprehending it? Like, do you have any questions? No question is a dumb question.
No, not really. I'm getting it. It's just that I'm gonna once I start, like I said, I start putting my first, like, say, $50, $100 more, into it. Then it's like it's gonna make more, sense to me how to, formulate and actually clarify all these things. Like, oh, okay, I get what he's saying. Because when you start actually doing it and training it versus where, okay, you're teaching me about, as a new person who's new to this, right? It's gonna
Right.
be
Exactly.
more familiar. I can be more familiar with it as I go throughout the weeks, and
Right.
the weeks turn into months and stuff like that. So.
All right. So we're going through the floor and ceiling. So how you look for a floor and a ceiling in a trend? We're gonna do. So right where I put that purple mark, this purple line, that's a floor because it continued to go up. But as you see how that floor, it came up and came back down and retested this level of support. So this level of support, after that, and you see this long wick. That's why I say wicks tell stories, because this long wick mean that's a level that it rejected like massively. So what you want to do after that is going to start going up. Start going up. So you see that level, and then there's always levels of support and resistance, and they're called ceilings and floors. So this is a floor. So what a ceiling would be is if you go on like the 4 hour or the day or the daily, you go on the daily for long trades. What look like that? Okay, I think my daily looks weird. I don't know why it looks like that. But let's go on 4 hour. All right. So that's the 4 hour. So how you would look for a floor and a ceiling. So on the 15-minute, we mark those as the floor and the ceiling, which that's where the wicks, were. Still leave those there. Then you could actually add another floor down here, because this would be a floor. On the 4 hour, this would be a floor. So that's gonna mark that right there, because it's a main rejection line. You can even mark this as a main rejection line as well. Anywhere there's price rejection can be actually a floor and a ceiling. But what you want to do is find out, have these pre-marked as your floor and ceiling, and when price goes back to those marks, you'll know that that's going to be a zone of resistance or rejection. So you could basically you could put a triangle, a square there. Just what I'm saying, it's all like geometry. Everything is a geometric shape when it comes to trading. So what you could do is put a triangle there. I mean, rectangle in the part that you want to actually as a floor. So you put your triangle right there. Like, okay, so around that area, it's going to reject. Price will reject. So let me make that a different color. Okay, it's yellow. That's better, I guess. All right, so you can do that as a main rejection line. So whenever price goes back down here off the 4 hour, because it's actually peaking really high on the 4 hour. All right, let's go back to the 15. I do the 15 look. So 15 is, so what you want to think about is the daily is what's happened that day. It's what's happening that day. So it's going to be one candlestick is going to be one day. A 4 hour is going to be every 4 hours. So it's going to be happening. So what you want to go is to what's happening now. What's happening now will be like the 3 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 minute. So you go to the 5 minute, and candlesticks are probably move a little faster because every 5 minutes. But so then you see there's an uptrend on the 5 minute. Let me do a uptrend. Let me do a trend line. Show you how to do a trend line. So this would be a trend line. It's because price is going up in an upward trend.
Okay.
But at the bottom right here on this rejection zone that we have marked, these two lines right here, I'm gonna put a rectangle there because that's the main rejection line. So which means you really would have caught the whole move up, and you could have been sitting in this with, it doesn't have to be a big lot size because this is a swing trade now. So swing trading is when you're sitting in your profits all day and you're just watching your profits go up because you know it's going to go up all day. And a scalper is they get in the market for a little bit of time, make their money, and then they're out. And as far as and see that there's flags forming actually on the 5 minute. I can draw out a flag. Show you how to do a flag as well. So scalpers, they get in, they get out. They're fast traders. And they usually scout the market for big trades like the news. So I'm more of a scalper, but then I am learning to be more of a swing trader because a lot of money is being made on the swing trade side as well, just by sitting in trades. So if a stock is going to be going down, for X amount of days or whatever, you're just going to sit in it. So it totally makes sense. But
Right.
with my strategy, I'm a risky trader. I can let you know that I'm already a risky trader. I just, I'm just a risky trader. I don't really gamble much, but when I trade, I'm really, really risky. So, that being said, you just want to just, basically just give yourself a peace of mind when you're about to trade. You don't want to trade when you are frustrated or mad at somebody or whatever. You don't want to trade like that because you end up blowing your account and missing out on losing money, and you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm closing out some trades now, actually. But yeah, so you're gonna learn this skill, slowly but surely. Just like I say, go to the Young Rich and Wealthy group. Scroll up and down until you see some videos. Watch a couple videos because they're the people you could trade with indicators. You just study that indicator and trade with that indicator. People trade with indicators all the time. Master traders trade with indicators, moving averages. You're gonna see a whole bunch of line of different stuff once you go to that YouTube. But and if you have any questions, what was that?
You said it's on YouTube. You said.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. There's going to be different indicators. You could go on,
So
just like I said, you can go on the Young Rich and Wealthy group in the Messenger and scroll up, and they're going to have different indicators, that you can actually trade with. It's very different styles of trading. There's the people that just mark up the charts and move maybe use maybe like one indicator, but you have people that use multiple indicators and they need those for confirmation. So when you trade, you're gonna have a trade list. You're gonna have a trade plan. So that's gonna be how much money do you want to make in trading? We like to do dollar amounts and not pips or you could do pips and dollar amounts. It's whatever basically whatever. How many pips you want? You want to hit up? You do 100 pips a day. You want to do 1,000 pips a day, whatever. People just make up on what they want to do in their trade plan. And they stick to that. So you just got to be disciplined on sticking to your trade plan. All right,
Okay.
so I'm gonna show you the flag. The flag. This is a flag right here. All right, so that's a flag. So that's usually
Okay.
when everybody's agreeing on the price. What price is that at? If you put that in the middle, that's at price. The middle of it is 1132329. So everybody's agreeing with that price, but a lot of the big hitters, they'll say, "Well, no, we want the market to move." So what they'll do is they start buying, and running up the price. So as you can see, that's why it's in an uptrend. It's going to keep on going in an uptrend. More than likely because the U.S. dollar is probably strong right now. Let me check. You could download a couple of apps, some more apps too. They're It's called Heat Wave, Currency Heat Wave, where you can see what different prices. What's up? What's up? Yeah.
The toys.
What you want on your toys? Go ahead.
The toys riding.
That's part of a truck. But yeah, going Heat Wave. So when you go on Heat Wave, it's gonna give you different points, like not points as in points, but 7.43. 7.43 is considered, it's going to be ranked from 0 to 10. So it's going to range from 10 to 0, and from 10 to 0, 10 to 1, I should say. Well, 10 to 0 because sometimes you get a 0.29, and that's like when your currency is doing the worst, like your currency is doing the worst when you're at 0.2. So good ranges are from 10 to 6. That means your currency is doing good. So it means it's strong. From 5 on down, that means it's weak. So Currency Wave is going to show you these different pointers, these different points, and to let you know how strong your currency is. So you can see how strong the U.S. dollar is, or you can go in there and see how strong the Canadian dollar is, things like that. So this is probably because USD is strong or CAD is really weak. Because if it's weak, that means it's going to go up. And CAD is really weak. CAD is at like 2.43. So which means you can use these tools to trade. So after you see this flag, it's either going to go up or down. But if you see the trend, you want to trade with the trend. So this flag right here is also called a pullback. They call them pullbacks. That's when price is pulling back and then it continues. Continuation up. Yep. But so odd USD went down and odd went up. So which means odd was definitely the weaker pair right now during the news. So that's why it moved down. Let me show you what odd USD looks like, because I trade odd USD too. I'm really bad. I really push you to only pick 4 pairs, but I'm really bad with trading with a lot of the pairs, because it's good to focus on just a couple pairs. So you're not all over the place, but I'll be all over the place with these pairs. So that's why I'm cutting them down. Right now I'm doing an evaluation. I'm cutting down which ones I can cut down, which ones I can keep. I'm really trying to at least just have like 5 pairs and, just trade with those 5 pairs. An exotic pair, a commodity, which is like gold, silver, it's going to be gold, and just 3 or 4 other main pairs, and then trading stocks, different stocks that I can get into, because you can use any of the stuff you use in Forex, you can use in the stock market as well.
Okay.
Because right now it's a great time to go buy Ripple, and it's a great time to go buy Bitcoin, because it's really low right now, and the beginning of the year is coming up. and it could definitely skyrocket.
Yeah, because it's still like averaging below 6,000 right now because I've been watching it.
Yeah, it's been averaging below 6,000 for the last couple months. It's been a good bit. It's been really that's just been the stabilization of Bitcoin. Is around 6,000, but it dropped down to 3,900 the other day, which was like wow. But it's because the U.S. dollar was strong. So the U.S. dollar was strong, so Bitcoin shot down. Because more investors are investing in the U.S. dollar than the Bitcoin. So that's really how it really fluctuates. But just like I say, a lot of the big stockholders pulling out their shares, and then boom, they start buying again. So it's basically to get the small guys scared and back out.
Yeah, right now it's at 3,900.
3,900. See, it's staying around that zone right now because it's scaring people. People back out still. But I don't think it'll drop below 2,900 at the lowest. But I really think it's really at where it's gonna be at. And then I believe it's gonna skyrocket up because right now it's just playing with remember I was telling you about the ceiling and the floor. It's playing with the floor right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's bouncing off the floor, going crazy, and then everybody gonna buy a little bit later. All right. Well, yeah, we can schedule another Zoom call. That's definitely no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and get some things done. But you definitely have a open invitation to contact me, inbox me. Matter of fact, let me I gave you my number, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it should be okay.
awesome. So yeah, I mean, just feel free to ask me any questions, man. Whatever. We stay connected.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that thing to verify me. The Hugo.
Oh, that's fine. It takes a day. Like so, by tomorrow you'll be verified. Maybe even tonight you'll be verified. Yeah. So every broker you open, you got to be verified, and then after that, I think they'll send you a thing to connect your broker to your MetaTrader 4.
Mm-hmm.
But the charts that I was looking at that I was showing you today are USD or trading view. So write down trading view. Trading view is where you can go look at the charts and mark up the charts and create an account and all that good stuff.
Okay. Gotcha. Train view.
Trading view, Forex Factory to watch the news, and you really golden after that once you start looking at the geometric shapes. But yeah, so yeah, just contact me.
Okay, no problem.
All right, later. Nice talking to you, man.
You too. All right.